What is going on, everybody? Happy Friday. It is the end of the week. How's everybody's week been? How's everybody's day going? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. The weekend is here. Hopefully you all are having a good day. Hopefully you're all having a good week. Hopefully you're all geared up for the weekend. How's everybody doing in the chat? Make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this channel out with anybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. And any support to this channel is also appreciated too, and I do thank you for it. But let's say what's up to the chat. And there's been some news going around in Yankees world, and we're going to go over all of that. So let's say what's up to the chat real quick. So we got my friend Ken in the building. What's up, Ken? How's it going? We have Stephen B. What's up, Stephen B? How's it going? CT Cards. What's up? What's up? Paranormal in the Funhouse. What's up, man? How's it going? Aiden, what's up, Aiden? My friend Nosebleed Section, what's up, Nosebleed Section? Brad, what's going on? Dev, what's going on? Kevin, what's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome. Jonathan, what's up? Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Make sure you all subscribe to Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. And we have Jack in the building as well. I appreciate everybody tuning in. And if you're watching this from Twitter or X, come over to YouTube and join the conversation. Hit that subscribe button and join the conversation. Sorry. Hey, what's up, Jacob? How you doing, man? Right on time. Just saying what's up to the rest of the chat. Hopefully you're having a good day, Jacob. How you doing? How you doing? So, look, last couple of series for the Yankees, not a great series. There's no denying that. The Yankees absolutely need to turn it around, right? They absolutely need to turn it around. They lost the series against Boston. They were that was a terrible series, and then we witnessed a series against the Baltimore Orioles, and that was a terrible series in itself. They won the first game. The second game they should have won. They made a comeback, and again they should have won, but they didn't. They lost in extra innings, and as I've said before, the Yankees, when it comes to extra innings, they are 4-20, which is terrible. I know a lot of fans, including myself, we hate that ghost runner rule, but it's not going anywhere, unfortunately. But it's here to stay. And yesterday's game against the Orioles, that was a debacle. That was just a debacle. Luis Hill, that was his worst outing so far, and that was the worst game the Yankees have had so far. It was bad. It was bad. So What are we going to do? What are we going to do? The Yankees don't have a choice. They have to put those losses behind them and focus on this series now against the Atlanta Braves, which the Atlanta Braves are not an easy team to play against, right? So the Atlanta Braves, they are second in the National League East behind the Phillies, and they have a 41-31 record. They're 7 games behind. Now, the Braves are not a team that even with some of the injuries that they have, they're still a good team, all right? And the Yankees absolutely have to show up in this series. They got to bounce back. They absolutely have to bounce back. And, there's nothing else to say. They absolutely have to bounce back because the series against Boston was not a great series. The series against Baltimore, it wasn't a great series. It's clear the Yankees need to address certain areas, right? Third base is one of them. Third base has been talked about. How are they going to address it? We don't know. But I feel like they need to address that. They absolutely have to address the bullpen. And I'm going to talk about some of the moves that they made earlier today. So, and I see a few people in the chat that are talking about the bullpen, the lineup. We're going to get into all of that. All right, we're going to get into all of that. So, the last week it hasn't been a fun week in Yankees world. I know Yankees fans are unhappy with how this team has been playing, and it's disappointing. Yes, but we're still in June. They still have the best record in baseball. They're still in first place, but they again have to bounce back. They got to end the month of June on a strong note, and hopefully that is the case. And I see Sierra popped in. What's up, Sierra? Make sure you all tune in on Sunday. Sierra is going to be a co-host over there at the Upper Deck with Lynn and Jonna. Sierra does an awesome job as when it comes to baseball. So she, absolutely kills it. She knows her baseball. She knows her Yankees. Do not disrespect Gleyber Torres, even if he's bad, because she will defend him till the day she dies, and that's a fact. So, Maz, I see you backstage. I'm trying to add you. Okay, now we're good. What's up, bro?
Okay. Oh, not too much. Just hanging out.
Yeah, I heard that. So, I was just talking about how the last couple of series, it's been pretty crappy for the Yankees. So the series against Boston's been so bad. And then the series that just ended with Baltimore was a debacle. Yesterday's game was just absolutely unacceptable. That's been the worst game so far. But it goes to show that the Yankees, there's some holes that they need to address. Third base, definitely one of them. I don't know who they're going to go after, what they plan on doing, if they're going to even address it. We have no idea. But the bullpen absolutely needs to be addressed.
Yes.
Right. The bullpen, just to give you an idea, there was a tweet put out by Brian Hogue. So the first 48 games, the Yankees bullpen, 2.49 ERA.
Okay.
Over the last 29 games, do you want to take a guess on the ERA?
I'm going to guess it's probably close to 7.
Not that high. 5.16.
Okay. So I was off. That's fine.
That's fine. Yeah, it's okay. But what I'm getting at is that the bullpen is absolutely, I don't want to say it's in complete shambles, but it's in shambles. The bullpen needs to be addressed. Yeah, the bullpen absolutely needs to be addressed, which leads to the next thing I want to talk about, and that is some of the moves that the Yankees made earlier today, right? So let me pull that up on the screen. And
while you're doing that, I just want to say that every team goes through its rough stretches. Every team goes through its, its shit, times and their rough play and their rough patches. This is the Yankees' time to do that. I'd rather them get it out of the way now. And, I'd rather them get it out of the way now. So then when it comes down to, the postseason, at least they've gotten their shit play out of the way. And shut up, Brad. No one needs to hear about Angel Hernandez.
Keep going. Go ahead.
But at the end of the day, we're going to be okay. This is not October. This is not September. This is June. We will be fine. Let's not hit the panic button yet. If they're still playing like dog shit come October or come August, September, then hit the panic button.
Absolutely.
But we're not near that. We're not near that yet. So let's pump the brakes. Let's take a step back and let's really reevaluate what we have here. Does the bullpen need work? Absolutely. Does it need to be revamped? Absolutely. But we have to trust in our ownership that they're going to make that kind of move to get the bullpen revamped. And Brian Cashman, as we've seen, is very well known for finding, bullpen pieces that Matt Blake can work with and make, into superstars. Look what he did with Clay Holmes. So let's kind of step back a little bit and say, okay, this is just a rough patch. Every team goes through it. The Orioles went through it. We've been through it. The Braves have gone through it. Every single team goes through it. It's not time to panic yet. If this was August or September, that's a different story, but we're in June. So let's take that step back and just be like, this is a rough patch. It's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world, and we'll get through it.
Absolutely. And Brad says Boone made the lineup while he was taking a morning dump. I was like, you must have been there, Brad. That's creepy. But anyway, what's up, Yankees? How's it going? And real quick before I pull up what I need to pull up with the bullpen moves, I do want to point out Nosebleed section did buy me a coffee. So Nosebleed section, thank you so much for your support. As always, he's one of my best supporters on the channel. Again, folks, you could buy me a coffee and any way you could support me or support the channel, should I say? It's greatly appreciated. So, Nosebleed section, thank you so much for your support, man. Thank you. And so I want to share this here. So this is some of the moves that the Yankees made. Now, this is going to come. I know one of these things is going to come as a shock to you, and that's the second one right there. But let me read it off. So, tonight, the Yankees made the following roster moves. They signed right-hander pitcher Phil Bickford to a major league contract and selected him to the active roster. The second part shocked me. Designated left-hander pitcher Victor Gonzalez was designated for assignment, and then they recalled right-hander pitcher Yoandris Gomez from AAA Scranton. So I know Yoandris Gomez being called up, that's going to put a lot of smiles on fans' faces because I know he's a name that a lot of fans are talking about, and he's got some good stuff. Victor Gonzalez, I was a little shocked about. I was like, why Victor Gonzalez and why not Caleb Ferguson? So,
that's what I was thinking. I don't understand why you would DFA Victor Gonzalez. He hasn't been nearly as bad as Caleb Ferguson, for one. Two, Phil Bickford, I don't know really much about him. Yoandris Gomez, I'm stoked about. He's got a lively arm, and I think it'll be a nice addition to that bullpen. And also, Sarah, please do not eat yourself off a cliff. We don't need that.
Yeah, seriously.
I didn't get a chance to see the lineup, but I'm sure I'll probably understand why. But the Victor Gonzalez thing does surprise me a bit, being that he has not been nearly as bad as Caleb Ferguson.
Yeah, and maybe he believes. Who knows? If I had to guess. And what's up, Ocean View Coffee Shop? Welcome to the chat, man. What's going on? So, what's his name? Bobby Malone, who I know a lot of us see his tweets on X. He made a mention of maybe they think that nobody's going to claim him and they can just option him to AAA. But again, I don't know why he got DFA'd. I'm not sure why.
I don't think he deserved to be DFA'd. I think anyone deserved to be DFA'd. It was Caleb Ferguson. I don't know what the obsession with Caleb Ferguson is, because he is not really that great of a pitcher to begin with. Victor Gonzalez.
Yeah. Although, look at Kevin's comment here. He says, I thought Gonzalez didn't look too happy the other night when Boone took him out of the game. Wonder if the two are related. I don't know. I know he hit one of the Orioles batters.
Good.
Well, good. Yeah, I'm not complaining about that. But there was a tweet that was saying, because he hit that batter, could they have DFA'd him for that reason? But
I don't think so. But what pitcher would be happy to be taken out if they're pitching well? That doesn't see. That's why I don't know that has anything to do with it. But I don't know. It's an odd move on the Yankees' part to do that, being that he's been one of our more consistent pitchers compared to some of our others. So it is what it is. Nothing we can do. We can't change it.
Yeah, no doubt. It is what it is. Look, the fact of the matter is they signed Phil Bickford. I'm not the most familiar with him. I'll look him up here momentarily. Victor Gonzalez. I was a little surprised about that. I felt maybe he would get DFA'd at some point along with Caleb Ferguson. Although at the same time, I thought Victor Gonzalez would be kept and Caleb Ferguson would get DFA'd, but the opposite happened. But they recalled Yoandris Gomez. So
I saw that. I was actually happy about that because want him up.
What happens with that? But let me take that off the screen. Look, we're not Yankees too. Hill, I know they signed Hill yesterday off of waivers. I know he may not be the answer, or Bickford, but Tonkin wasn't the answer either. And look at how well he's been pitching as of late. He's been one of the better bullpen arms as of late. So
Bickford has been with 3 different teams.
Okay.
Milwaukee, the Dodgers, and the Mets.
Milwaukee, Dodgers, and the Mets. Okay.
Yep. This year he is pitching to – or hold on. I don't know if he's even pitched this year. But regardless of that, he's not a free agent until 2028.
Okay, so he comes with some years of control, which is something that Brian Cashman absolutely loves.
He is 28 years old, was drafted by the Blue Jays in the first round as the 10th pick in the 2013 amateur draft, and then the San Francisco Giants in the first round again as the 18th pick in the 15 MLB June amateur draft. So he got drafted twice, probably because he went back to school, which is fine. But he made his debut when he was 25, so he still has some years of control left.
Yeah. Yeah, and Brad also brings up here saying that Bickford seems to be a strikeout pitcher, 30 strikeouts in 20-something innings in AAA. Okay.
Okay.
So, you know, here's the thing. It could be one of those Matt Blake projects. You know, sort of with
Yankees too just said that. Brad, maybe Blake sees a lot of potential in Bickford.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, that's just it. So maybe it could be a Matt Blake project, right? Tonkin was a Matt Blake project. I thought he was going to get DFA'd, but nah, he's been a big part of this bullpen.
Exactly.
You know, I know they signed who was that guy? Hill yesterday, right?
Yeah,
Hill. So who knows what's going to happen with Hill? I don't want to. What was that?
I don't know too much about him.
Yeah, I know he was a member of the Chicago White Sox.
Yeah, well, that dumpster fire.
Yeah,
no one will succeed over there.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, so like I said earlier, the last couple of series for the Yankees has been it's been bad.
I got a question for you. I just looked at the lineup.
Let's pull it up.
Why is Jahmai Jones starting over Verdugo?
You know, Verdugo is they're probably giving him a day off. I mean, he hasn't really had a day off.
That's true.
I mean, he's been. I think he might be a little fatigued. So
and why is he hitting fifth?
That I do not know.
That I don't get. Sierra, I apologize. I now see why you want to go eat yourself off a cliff. I don't get it. I see now why you say that. My apologies. The one nice part of this whole Orioles series was Giancarlo.
He was the hero of that series, man. Even though they lost the series, he was still the
hero. Boone said Verdugo was banged up over the last week. Okay, so it's probably just a day off then.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Verdugo's had a day off since the start of the season. At least
no,
I don't.
He hasn't.
Okay, so I mean, the guy needs it. So here's the lineup. Here's the lineup right here, though, folks. All right, so Volpe's leading off, shortstop. Soto batting second, right field. Aaron Judge batting third, playing center field. Giancarlo Stanton batting at cleanup. He'll be DHing. Jahmai Jones, which is the big question mark here, batting fifth, playing left field. DJ LeMahieu batting sixth at third base. Jose Trevino at the dish, which I'm surprised by, but he'll be batting seventh. Ben Rice is batting eighth at first base, and then Oswaldo Cabrera batting ninth, playing second base. And on the mound today, Carlos Rodon, and he'll be pitching against Chris Sale.
That's right. Verdugo was off for paternal leave. I forgot.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was for paternal leave. Yes.
And Steven actually brings up a great question. Why isn't Grisham playing? Why is Jahmai Jones starting over Grisham?
I wish I had an answer. I wish I was.
Exactly.
I wish I was in the fly in the room when Boone and the rest of the coaches were making the what do you call it?
I don't.
So I have no idea.
I don't like this lineup at all. I think that's the first time this year I've ever said that I don't like a lineup that Boone has put out, but I do not like the fact that Jahmai Jones is starting over Grisham. For the simple fact that Grisham is a Gold Glove caliber outfielder, and they could have put him in left. They didn't have to put Jahmai Jones. I don't have anything against Jahmai Jones. I just don't think he should have started. I think Grisham should have started. I think Grisham would have been a better fit in left field than Jahmai Jones. DJ,
listen, I agree. I agree, but look, the lineup, it is what it is. So, what can we do? $3 baseball, yeah, and those are some cheap tickets. That's nice.
Oh boy.
Yeah, oh boy is right. Oh boy is right. But
we're all.
Yeah. What's up, Sunil? Welcome to the chat, Sunil. How's it going?
Nosebleed answered the question for us.
He does hit better against lefties, yeah. But is Chris Sale? Yeah, but Chris Sale's a righty.
No, Chris Sale's a lefty.
He is a lefty. He is a lefty. Oh yeah.
So then why isn't Grisham in there? If he hits better against lefties, why isn't he in that? And I don't get that. I do not get it.
Well, Jahmai Jones is a righty bat. So, I mean, if you look at the lineup, it's mostly there's a lot of righties.
Yeah, but if Grisham hits better against lefties, don't you think that would have been the smarter move?
I mean, I would have put Grisham over Jahmai Jones, but again, let's see what happens. There's got to be some rhyme or reason as to why this lineup was made the way it was. By the way, tonight's game is on Apple TV, which
great.
Two thumbs down for that.
You know what? All these streaming, all the streaming that they've got for all these games can go kick rocks and get bent twice over because there is no need to have Apple TV, Peacock, Prime. And you want to know what's really annoying? As I went to go watch the Orioles-Yankees game on the Prime game, I couldn't even watch it. It was blacked out.
Yeah, that sucks.
So all these streaming things that they have can go kick rocks and get bent twice over.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk about that on the next episode.
Yeah, maybe we should.
But just to go over the matchups here. So Yankees, against Chris Sale. So Oswaldo Cabrera hasn't had any at-bats against him. Jahmai Jones has had 2 at-bats, but with a 0 batting average. So there's not really much to say about that. Aaron Judge has had 25 at-bats with a 200 average. DJ LeMahieu has had 10 at-bats with a 700 average. Soto's had 5 and has hit 200 against him. Giancarlo Stanton has had 6 with a 333 average. So Trevino has never hit against him. Doesn't show any stats for Trevino. For nothing for Verdugo, nothing for Volpe, nothing for So
I do have a question for you. Did they ever come? Did the MRI results for Gleyber Torres ever come out?
Yeah, actually,
I didn't.
Let me read that off. I won't pull it up on the screen, but this was put out by Max Goodman. He said that Gleyber Torres had an MRI on his groin, and it came back clean. Aaron Boone says he's day-to-day right now and should be back this weekend.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So that will make our good friend Sierra very happy.
Yeah, hopefully that news made Sierra happy, and you don't have to jump off a cliff or anything wild. Please don't jump off a cliff. But so that's the news right now with Gleyber Torres. So, look, they need to bounce back against the Braves, and the Braves, that's still not a team to be taken lightly. I know there's 7 games out in the NL East. You know, the Phillies are the kings of the NL East right now. But even without Acuna, even without Spencer Strider, they're still a good team.
They are.
They're still a good team, man.
Don't count them out. They've got a lot of depth in that system. I mean, it's not as much as others, don't get me wrong, but it's still a nice amount of depth.
Yeah. And I'm not going to pull up that comment from Brad, but oh my God, Brad, you're terrible. I'm not gonna pull it up.
I'm not going there. I'm not touching that one.
Nope. We're just gonna ignore that.
No, it never happened.
Yeah, it never happened. But the Braves. Listen, the Braves are still an organization that, you got to give them credit. We were talking with Denny Nagel about the Braves yesterday.
Yep.
They're an organization that they take pride in their team. It sounds like a lot of they have a great fan base. They're good at developing players. They really are. They're good at developing players. They've always had a good coaching staff, historically speaking. So yeah, there's been a few rough years for those guys, where they've had some of their worst years, but for the most part, I expect the Braves to bring it tonight. I really do. I think the Yankees are going to have to they gotta bounce back from that series against Boston and that series that they just had against Baltimore. It was just a horrendous series and on both.
But they got to put it behind them.
Yeah, they got to put it behind them.
What? Those 2 series, fuck it, it's done.
Yeah,
move on, come together collectively as a team, and get back on track. That's all they can do. I mean, we as fans have to understand that with these kinds of streaks, and which does happen, is we can't expect them to be perfect because they're not.
No.
And that's why with stuff like this, you got to kind of take that step back and say, okay, rough patch, whatever. Move on to the next series. Try to win the next series. And, it looks like we got some good pitching matchups this weekend. We've got Rodon and Sale tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Roman and Morton tomorrow.
Yep.
And Cortes and Fried on Sunday.
Yeah, those are going to be some great pitching matchups. So, again, even with the Braves and even with missing Spencer Strider, they still have good pitching. They do. I don't think their pitching is that bad. I can maybe see those guys going after a pitcher at the deadline. I can see that happening because there is no Spencer Strider, so I can see them going after going after a pitcher at the deadline. I can see.
Yep.
But this pitching matchup that they have with the Yankees and the Braves in this series, it's not going to be it's going to be interesting. It's definitely not going to be easy.
Absolutely.
They still have Ozuna. They still have they have Matt Olson. They got Sean Murphy. They got a good squad over there, man. They got a good squad. And I'm not saying that our squad is bad. I'm just saying
they take care of their guys. That's the other thing.
What was that? They
take care of their young kids.
Right. What I'm trying to say is that the Yankees, they gotta show up, man. They got it hasn't been great for the Yankees in this last couple of weeks. So they gotta turn it around and make things happen.
Mm-hmm.
And Sierra puts out this stat right here. Sale versus the Yankees is 6-9 with a 3.12 ERA. Last 5 starts versus the Yankees. So it is interesting. So she does bring up a good point here because there's been a few games that I watched the Yankees go up against Chris Sale, and they poured it on him. They put it on him. So the Yankees have an opportunity here tonight to make something happen.
Absolutely.
But the question is, what's the game plan for the Braves, right? Because Brad brings up here, Atlanta's going to go 15 stolen bases on Trevino. Well, I mean, are they a team that could run? I'm sure they got some guys that could probably steal some bases. Maybe not like the Orioles, right?
Not like the Orioles or the Red Sox, but they got a couple of guys that could probably steal a couple of bases.
Yeah.
I know this is nothing pertaining to the Braves-Yankees series, but just a little FYI, Seattle do not take lightly because they plan on being aggressive and adding offense.
Oh, absolutely.
So
definitely. They're not.
I know it's not Yankees Braves related, but something to look out for as well because we do play them down the stretch.
Oh, you're talking about the Mariners, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, they're definitely. Yeah, I know they're going to meet up again. So, after the trade deadline, I know there's still time for that. There's another month or so for that, but there's going to be some teams that are going to look a lot different.
Yep.
After the trade deadline compared to now. So, stay tuned, folks. This trade deadline is going to be really interesting.
And they're saying that the Yankees are supposed to be aggressive. Everybody is predicting the Yankees to be aggressive this trade deadline.
Yeah, I mean, I heard that from Buster Olney and Ken Rosenthal. Those two guys in particular were talking about the Yankees being aggressive at the deadline, which I can see. I mean, after the last two series, you got to wonder, Hal and Cashman, you got to wonder what they're thinking. Like, hey, they can't, something is off. Like, there's things that need to be addressed. I was talking with Jason earlier from 161. He was talking about potentially like trade scenarios, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about maybe trading Jose Trevino, for example, and then you could bring up Augustin Ramirez, and him and Wells could be the catching duo. Which, I mean, I know that might not be a popular opinion amongst many. I know Augustin Ramirez just got promoted to AAA, but that could potentially happen. Maybe it could happen. I'm not saying it will, but
they could even call Colorado, see about Elias Diaz.
He's hurt.
Is he?
Elias Diaz is hurt.
Oh, I didn't even know he was hurt.
Yeah, I would honestly pass on Elias Diaz, not because I think he's a bad player or anything like that. It's just the Yankees have they got a lot of catchers in their own system right now that they can potentially that they could potentially call up. I mean, they have so many catchers right now. I know a lot of these guys are not necessarily ready, but give Gleyber, Rizzo, and DJ. How's that for? Oh boy,
here we go.
Yeah. So, although there was a tweet here, it says the Rockies cleared Diaz from his calf injury to resume jogging on Monday. So he was hurt. Okay. So it sounds like he's gonna start.
Good to know.
Get moving on Monday, but who's to say if the Rockies are even going to trade Elias Diaz or everybody's popular name that's coming up is Ryan McMahon. I don't know that the Rockies even make any trades. I'll be honest with you.
No, and I don't disagree with that, but you never know. I mean, stranger things have happened.
Mm-hmm. And I wanted to quickly go over just some of the Atlanta Braves. And historically, how they have done against Carlos Rodon. Let me pull that up here on my phone. Sorry about that, folks. It's giving me some problems here.
I got you. I got you.
Okay, I just pulled it up. So
there's no stats for Albies against Rodon.
Mm-hmm.
Anderson is 0 for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Arcia is looks like he's 1 for 4. Duvall is 0 for 6. Laureano is 0 for 2. Sean Murphy's 1 for 5. Olsen 375 is 3 for 8. I think it is. Ozuna is 1 for 10, it looks like. Austin Riley's 0 for 2. Short is 0 for 2. Wall, there's no stats for him, and same with Darnold.
I see. Okay, so really in that lineup, I mean, Olsen's been the one that's been hitting Rodon.
Yeah.
Which, and Olsen's no joke.
No, he's not. He led the National League like 2-3 years ago with like 57 home runs or something like that.
Can we just steal Dylan Cease from the Padres? Sure, if they're as long as they don't ask for Spencer Jones, I'm okay with that.
You know that's gonna get her started, damn it.
Yeah, I don't. I let her get started. I'm not trading Spencer Jones. That's all there is to it. End of story. I don't want to hear it from nobody.
And
I am sorry, but I know some people were all for. I would have traded Spencer Jones. Not this guy. I would.
Boy, here we go.
I still wouldn't do it. So I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to get it started. I'm sorry. Don't shoot.
Yeah. No, Spencer Jones is part of this. He's part of this team. So they could have an injured Jason Dominguez. Ooh, I just stirred up something. Let's go.
Oh God, here we go.
You can steal a left-handed reliever instead. They need a left-handed reliever. That is a bigger need. Yes,
absolutely.
That is a bigger need. The bullpen absolutely needs to get addressed. That is more important than starting rotation, I think.
Here we go. Here, look at Brad. Oh boy, here we go.
Jones and Gleyber for Cease, re-signed Verdugo and Soto. That could happen. Jones and Gleyber for Cease? Yeah, no. See, I got you all excited for just a minute. Well, I've been saying it. I've been saying that Gleyber's stuck with the Yankees.
I've agreed with you on that.
Yeah, he's going to finish the season out. There's no way that this guy is going to be traded. He's going to finish out the season with the Yankees, and he'll be a free agent. Some team will sign him, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but no, he has no trade value. At the end of the day, is zero trade value.
Yeah.
I don't even think he has enough value to get a qualifying offer. And I know Sierra probably does not want to hear that, but he does not have enough to get a qualifying offer, in my opinion.
And listen, and I've said it many times before. Like, I like Gleyber Torres. All right,
I do.
Gleyber Torres. I want him to pitch well, or not pitch well. I want him to play well. I want him to perform well. I wish, like, I was feeling confident that he was going to have a great season, especially in a contract year.
Everyone was.
Yeah, to make an impression. But unfortunately, Torres, he's not having a great season. He's not. It's not great. He has his moments. He has his great moments. He has his good moments, but there's also bad moments for Gleyber too. It's unfortunate, but again, I want the guy to play well.
He's such upside. I say he's such upside to him.
Yeah.
But his mental lapses just makes it hard to see that upside.
Yeah, no doubt. So Gleyber this season, he's making what, $14 million?
I got you right now. Give me one.
I'm pretty sure it's $14 million. Or 15.
I got you right here.
What do you got?
All right. So he is making $14.2 million for this season.
Okay, $14.2 million. So there you go. $14.2 million. So, whichever team decides to sign him, it's probably going to be 20, 25 million. Some team will probably offer him that, I'm sure, per year. I was actually thinking Wandy, he can pitch in New York. I liked Wandy Peralta. I really did, but I think that ship has sailed personally. Yeah. I would have loved for the Yankees to sign him back, but for what he signed for, I understand why the Yankees didn't.
Yeah.
So Phil Bickford, what's up, Merch? So saucy, Phil Bickford. What are we thinking? Listen, they need some arms, man. They need some fresh arms right now. The bullpen, unfortunately, they're a little taxed. Let's see what happens. And they got a couple of injuries, right? Birdie is still out. And Ian Hamilton recently just got put on the IL. So they need some arms. Phil Bickford is not
get DFA'd again.
Who's that?
Marinaccio.
He got sent back down.
That's what I'm saying. Didn't he just get sent back down?
Yeah, he got sent back down last night.
Yeah. So we are in a little bit of a world of hurt right now with the bullpen. So at this point, that's why they picked up Bickford.
Yeah, and as far as these arms that they're getting right now, I think these are just some small moves till they get to the deadline, and then they'll make their moves then. And Sierra, yeah, he'll be a Yankee for life. So will DJ, but kidding. What's up, Sean Browning? What move are you talking about there, bud? What move are you talking about? Which move? But let's see. Kevin's saying I like Gleyber also, but didn't the Yankees DFA Aaron Hicks while still owing him $30 million? By no means am I comparing Hicks and Gleyber level of play. Oh yeah, I mean they could DFA him, but who are you gonna put at second base? I mean, I know Oswaldo Cabrera is playing tonight, but I don't think that would be a popular move.
Sierra brought up a good point on Pinstripe Chronicles the other morning, which is we don't have any depth at second base right now because Vivas isn't ready.
He's not ready. No, Peraza's not.
Peraza's hurt.
Yeah, and I want to say something about Peraza real quick because there's some people out there that are saying that the Yankees messed him up. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think this is him. This is Peraza. Okay, excellent defender. His defense is great.
Yep.
But when it comes to the bat, it's not great.
No,
it's not. I'm sorry, but That's not on the Yankees. That's not. You can't fault for the Yankees for that. That's on him. Yeah, Sean Browning, the Brickford signing again. They need some arms right now. The bullpen is hurting right now.
Yeah,
they got some guys that are on the IL right now, so they need some fresh arms. So that's probably why they signed Brickford. And who knows? He could be a. Oh, Rob, my man, what's up? He's playing like crap. Yeah, Who said Peraza was hurt? Did I say Peraza was hurt?
No, I said Peraza was hurt.
Oh. Yeah, and he's just playing like crap. Absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, again, Sean, they need some arms. They need some fresh arms in that bullpen. That bullpen is taxed. They got some guys that are hurt. So they need to do something. They can't just go in there with a limited bullpen. So what's up, Chet? MLB made a remark earlier today saying that the Yankees that good, or is MLB that bad? Huh?
I don't get it. But Brad made a good point here. I just want to bring that up.
Oh, hold on. Merck, yeah, Jahmai Jones is at number 5 there, dude. Oh, because of bobblehead night? For real? Is it? Okay.
Okay, whatever. Hold on here.
Go ahead.
Peraza screwed himself up.
I think so too.
I agree with that.
I think so too. I think he screwed himself up. 100%.
Yeah, 100%. I wanted to bring that up because it's a very valid point.
Mm-hmm.
You can't sit there and say that the Yankees screwed him up because the Yankees aren't making him hit or swing and miss. It's Peraza. Who's not seeing it good. That's on him.
I may be a critic of Torres, but I believe the move to shortstop could have contributed. Well, I was not happy about that. I mean, that was a few years ago, but honestly, we gotta move past that though, right? I mean, 2022, he had an all right season. Last season he was good. But this season, who knows what's going on with him? And Brad Peraza's hitting as bad as DJ. But in AAA, yeah, you got that right.
By the way, just to put this out there, Sevy was scheduled to start the Subway Series opener, but he is no longer starting the Subway Series opener.
Why?
He got moved to the finale with the Cubs.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, William DeSico, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in a long time, bro. Like, hopefully life's treating you well. But we need hitting. We got bullpen help in minors. We got some bullpen help in minors, but we need lefties though in a trade scenario. And we do need some infield help, third base. Hopefully, let's see if the Yankees address that. position. So, okay, he got his own Star Wars bobblehead night, Jemai Jones. Okay, well, that's cool.
Yeah, have fun with that, kid.
Yeah, the injuries hurt Peraza. Yeah, that he did have that injury. And remember, Peraza reported spring training without informing the Yankees. Well, that's kind of on him then, if he didn't inform the Yankees.
Yep.
So.
Oh, God. Look at Brad's comment.
Oh, the Mendoza line decided. Yeah. Yeah, and Clayton Beater.
I think he is hurt.
Yeah, Rob, if you're still in the chat, is Clayton Beater still hurt? Last I checked, he was, but I'm not 100%. I thought he was. I thought he was.
But we could be wrong.
But eventually, I'd like to see him come up when he's healthy.
Yeah,
he'd be a great. Okay, so Rob is saying, yeah, he's still hurt.
Sean Browning brought up something. I'm not sure how true this is. I don't know if you've heard anything about it.
Yeah,
but he's seen articles linking the Yankees to Josh Bell as Rizzo's replacement.
Well, okay, so here's how I see these articles. These articles, they could be right, they could be wrong. I don't know. What these articles do is that they put out scenarios, they put out ideas out there, but it doesn't necessarily mean the Yankees are going to go after him, right? It's kind of like in the offseason. Yeah. You know, the Yankees are linked to this person, or they're linked to that player, they're linked to that player. I mean, unless we hear it from Brian Cashman's mouth,
or Jack Curry, then take it with insult.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they are linked to Josh Bell. I don't know, but Josh Bell is a first baseman, right?
Yes.
Okay, so they're gonna stick with Ben Rice, I feel like. So I think they're gonna. Yeah, I'll say they'll stick with Ben Rice. Now I could see a scenario where if like Ben Rice doesn't pan out in the next month or so by the trade deadline, maybe they make a move.
Maybe.
That I could see.
But you've got to give him an ample amount of time. You can't just say, oh, he's played 2 games, played like shit, not doing what we expect him to do, and then pull him out.
Right. So yeah, you gotta give him a chance. You gotta give him a lot of playing time. So he's getting some playing time tonight. So yeah, took a beating today from the Mets. That grimace. Yeah.
Let's see what the score was. Now I'm interested.
Yeah, Sean, it's probably more wishful thinking at this point. I mean, there's always going to be stories of like the Yankees are linked to this player or that player. You're always going to read those things. It doesn't necessarily mean that the Yankees are going to go after him, though. It's just,
By the way, Imanaga got shelled today. Again.
Again?
What was the final?
What was the final score?
11-1.
Dang, he did get lit up.
So Imanaga went 3 innings, 11 hits, 10 runs, a walk, 3 strikeouts, and 3 home runs.
Well, would you say that Imanaga is getting exposed?
Yeah.
Or is it just
I would say that. No, I would say he's getting exposed.
Okay.
And the ones that hit the home runs off of him were J.D. Martinez, Alvarez, and Nimmo.
All right. And I want to pull up this comment from Ken real quick. He said Bickford signing is good. 3-pitch pitcher, 4-seam slider and changeup. Profiles as a strikeout pitcher. We have 7 ground ball pitchers in the pen. Which, if that's what he profiles as, because the Yankees don't have a lot when it comes to strikeouts from their bullpen. So they're last I checked, I think they were like 22nd.
22nd.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna tell you what I think, because if I don't know anything about the kid, I'm not gonna go ahead and make a prediction that he's gonna do something when I don't know. So.
Yeah, and then Ken is saying Bell doesn't fit in New York. It is a puff piece to draw. Exactly, Ken. Yeah, it's just, it's a clickbait. That's what it boils down to. Kevin is asking, who would you guys like to see the Yankees go after before the trade deadline? What are your thoughts, man?
So I don't know if you saw Jason's video today, but they're being linked to Crochet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're going to go after him, though. It would be a nice piece. I would say if they did get Crochet, to put him in the bullpen, because that's where he belongs. Why the White Sox are using him as a starter, I don't get. Mm-hmm. But anyways, that's besides the point. If they got Crochet, that would be a nice addition. If they don't, then I would like to see them try to go for either Tanner Scott or Andrew Nardi before the deadline.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, Crochet would be great, but at what cost? I don't know. Nardi, Tanner Scott, I wouldn't mind seeing either one of those guys. I mean, all three of those guys are solid lefties, and if I'm not mistaken, they come with some. I know Crochet comes with a couple of controllable years.
I can tell you what Nardi comes with. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Andrew Nardi. Here we go. So he's only been in the league 2 years. He's not a free agent until 29.
Well, there you go.
And he's a lefty.
And he's a lefty. So, you gotta wonder what kind of
Tanner Scott only has 1 year of control left. Mm-hmm. And yes, Rob, he has 5 years of control.
Yeah.
He does have a 5.2 ERA. I know it's high, but Matt Blake can work with that.
Yeah, and Rob, real quick, bro, I don't know what you're doing, but if you want to jump on with us, feel free, bro.
Come on, Rob. You know you want to.
Yeah, you want to, Rob. Just quit hiding.
Yeah.
Just playing.
I mean, you could have said come out of the closet, but that wouldn't have exactly – I don't know how that would have gone over.
Yeah, well, I'm going to reserve my comment on that because that would have been some sarcasm coming out of my mouth. But anyway, Ken is saying we won't get either Crochet or Flaherty. Both the Dodgers and O's have greater needs for starters and farm systems to acquire them. He's not wrong. The Dodgers and the Orioles definitely have a deeper farm system than the Yankees do, and probably more attractive. So,
you wanna hear something wild? In 2017,
yeah,
who drafted Andrew Nardi in the 39th round?
Was it the Yankees?
It was the Yankees.
Oh, snap. Okay.
And then he went to school.
Okay.
And then in the 39th round of the 18 draft, he got drafted by Washington. And then he went back to school again. And then in the 16th round of the 19 draft, he got drafted by the Marlins. So we had originally drafted him, but he went back to school instead.
All right. Well, I mean, good for him for going back to school. That's fine.
Oh, God, you see CTs?
Yeah. CT, Brad. Dude, I started something with this closet thing. D-Rod ran with it, and everybody else is participating. Holy smokes.
Bro, when there's gas, when there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah. Chet brought up David Robertson.
I don't know if
I know he was a member. I know he was a member of the New York Yankees once upon a time. I mean, he actually wasn't
sailed.
Huh?
I think that ship has sailed with David Robertson.
I think so too, but to give you an idea, man, like right now with the Texas Rangers, he's 2-3 with a 3.62 ERA.
Yeah, he is. I will give him that. I don't know if Texas is going to look to move him though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't know. But the thing is, like, with some of these players that that we talk about, and who knows who the Yankees are going to be targeting, right? Because a lot of times we talk about names, but then it's like they go after names that we didn't expect or we never heard of. The other thing too is if the Yankees are going to be aggressive, like what is their definition of aggressive, and are they willing to take some risks?
Yeah. So
I mean, that's the other thing.
Here's something that I was thinking about, because I think Jason put out a video about it, or had mentioned something about it. But the Yankees might go after a name that we are not expecting. So that's something to think about.
Yeah.
Now, I understand Arizona's kind of in the hunt, not really. Like they're on the outside looking in.
Well, they got some players that are coming back from injuries, so they could very well be contenders. So
right,
watch out.
But hear me out though.
Mm-hmm.
They have Paul Sewald. He's 34. I know. He has experience in the American League. He is a righty. I get it. We need a lefty. But he has a funky delivery that could potentially be useful. He was with Seattle. They did trade him. Maybe that's someone they go after.
That could be a possibility. Again, it's fun to talk about these names, but I know what names we talk about, and we got my guy Rob in the building. What's up, bro?
What's up, guys? Maza, it's been a while. How you doing, my man?
Busy, but good.
Yeah, and Nosebleed section brings up a good point. He's saying too many teams on the cusp, and they might not be sellers. He's right. Yeah. He's right. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, it'll be interesting to see what team are going to be sellers. We know the White Sox and the Marlins, like they're going to be sellers at the deadline.
Dumpster fires.
What was that?
I said dumpster fires.
Dumpster fires. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Rob, I don't know. So I don't know how much of the conversation you caught, but we talked about the pitching matchup with Chris Sale and Carlos Rodon. I wanted to get your thoughts on that, and then tonight's lineup.
Yeah, I just hope we kick Sale's ass tonight. I want Rodon to give us some length, at least 6. And that lineup is weird, but that's exactly why I think they're going to hit tonight, because last time I questioned who was batting 5th, he ended up going off that night. So I'm gonna hope that Jahmai Jones is hitting a home run tonight.
Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope so. The Braves. I was talking with Maza. I mean, I know they're missing guys like Strider. They're missing, Acuna. He's out for he's out. Both of those guys are done for the season. But I feel like they're still a good team, and the Yankees absolutely have to bounce back from those 2 series. Though there was a debacle, against Boston, against Baltimore. I mean, the Braves, it's not getting any easier. That's what I'm trying to get at. So the Braves, to me, are still a threat. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
With the way we're playing right now, nobody should be taken lightly.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a bad bump in the road. It's just happening at a time where we're playing some decent teams. Obviously, Boston's been on a good run. I don't want to put that Baltimore series in too much of a light to be like, that's what we're going to be for the next couple of months. But I hope that it didn't expose some stuff. But I'm praying that this bullpen gets its act together. Because if this bullpen's better, it doesn't have to be locked down like it was in the first few weeks of the season.
Mm-hmm.
If it's just more consistent, we're going to win more games. I think we could have took 2 out of 3 against Baltimore had we had a better bullpen.
Agreed.
I think we could have took 2 out of 3 against Boston had we had a better bullpen. So same thing with the Dodgers even. I'm hoping for more consistency, and I got my wish. I wanted Gomez. I was actually asking about Bickford. So hey, let's see what they can bring. It can't be worse than what we were getting. It absolutely cannot be worse.
Yeah.
Rob, I
wanted to say what up to Damian Serrano, my guy, Damian Serrano. What's going on, Mr. Fly Guy himself? What car are you driving today, bro? But go ahead.
I wanted to ask you, Rob, the Victor Gonzalez move where they DFA'd him, did that surprise you?
Yeah.
It did. It really did. Because I know earlier I said on the show, I was like, they shouldn't have any loyalty to anybody, but I thought if they were going to DFA somebody, it'd be Hill, who they just signed. I mean, the guy's going to cost them like $700,000 or $300,000. You might as well let him go. I did not think they'd give up Gonzalez because he has an extra year of control. I thought they would try to wait it out and see if he can turn it around, but I guess they just really don't like that he can't get any strikeouts. At least Ferguson is striking out some guys. But for Gonzalez had like 11 in 20-plus innings, and he's been bad the last 2 weeks, where Ferguson has kind of been up and down. I was shocked to see that it was Gonzalez, but hey, they must really like Tim Hill for whatever reason. They must see something in him. The same thing they saw in Tonkin.
Well, it's because
that's got to be my guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's. I know if people are people are wondering. Some folks are wondering why are they signing Hill? Why are they signing Bigford? They need some arms right now. The bullpen is taxed. There's injuries, right? There's injuries to Birdie. There's injuries to Hamilton. So they need some arms. Like they can't have it limited. They can't only have a few numbers or few bullpen guys. They need some fresh arms, right? So, who knows? Maybe big guys like Bigford and Hill, maybe they work out. And Ken brought up something about Bigford that he is a strikeout pitcher. So that is something that the Yankees need because they don't have that, and they were ranked 22nd in strikeouts when it comes to the bullpen, which is, for lack of a better word, trash. So they need to improve in that department. So, I think if the Yankees are going to go after some names, I think they're going to wait till the deadline. I think they're going to try and go with what they have, and then at the deadline, they're going to, get together and make an assessment on, okay, well, here's who we should go after. So would you agree with that?
Yeah, it would behoove them to do that. They need just see what you have. I'm fine with Bickford. He's having a good year in AAA. I'd be fine if they gave that shot to Dwayne Underwood as well. Those are two guys that are pitching very well. Eventually, I think we're going to see Jack Neely within the next month or so. It should be sooner than that, but hopefully sooner than later. And they're going to see what they have down there before they make any trades, because as it's already been mentioned, there are not many teams that are going to be selling right now.
Yeah, probably not. Ken puts this comment out there, though. He says the only true sellers I see right now are the White Sox, Tigers, Marlins, and Angels, which I agree with that. Rockies historically don't make trades at the deadline, and they really don't historically. But, I know a lot of folks have been asking for guys like Ryan McMahon, but I don't see that trade happening. I don't see it, but just because the Rockies do like him, and he's actually one of the few good players on that team. So
yeah, I said I would be all for getting Andrew Nardi earlier in the show. I said that would be a nice pickup, even if they got him before the deadline. Rob, I don't know if you know this, but he was originally drafted by us and then went back to school and then got drafted by the Nationals and then decided to go back to school and then got drafted by the Marlins. But Jason and myself have been talking about it for a while, and I'm all for Andrew Nardi or Tanner Scott. I would prefer Nardi, though, because he is a lefty with controllable years, but that's just my personal preference in that. But either one would be fine.
Yeah, Nardi's a strikeout pitcher, and we know how the Yankees, if they miss out on a guy due to the draft or something, like remember Garrett Cole, they drafted him and then they wanted him back badly. They tried to trade for him and then they ended up signing him, of course. So they like players that when they want a guy, they usually do whatever it takes to go get him when he's available. I don't know if he's available because the Marlins would be foolish to move a player like that because he was really good last year. However, that's the kind of arm that you want Matt Blake to fix. Strikeout pitcher, high ERA, really good stuff. Let's give it a shot. If he's available, I think they should go after him. Tanner Scott's going to be wanted by the entire league at this point. So
no doubt.
If the Yankees get him, I'd be shocked. I would take him. Don't get me wrong. Tanner Scott would be a perfect addition. I'd be shocked if we get him, though.
So,
absolutely.
I was going to ask this question to Rob real quick. I mean, you heard, I don't know if you heard it from like Buster Olney, Ken Rosenthal. Both guys have said that the Yankees are going to be real aggressive at the deadline. Now, I know you don't have a connection with the Yankees, right? But if you had to predict, if you had to guess, how much of a risk do you think they'll take, and how aggressive do you think they'll be? Because aggressive can mean different things for different teams. So
they could be aggressive just by calling other teams and seeing what's available. They could be pesky. I don't even know if aggressive is the right word. They could be annoying. Mm-hmm. Cashman's probably going to be calling any team that might have a bullpen arm or two available. Doesn't mean they're going to go make 6 or 7 trades like MLB The Show or something, or like somebody would suggest on Twitter. If anything, I think they're going to get a third baseman. I really like the idea of Rengifo. It's a realistic get. The Angels should be selling whatever they can. And if there's any bullpen arms that a team like the Marlins or the Tigers or even the Angels might have at their disposal, what I'm going to be looking for, though, is Houston in a month. If Houston's out of it, is Alex Bregman available? If he is, that's a player that I would target in an absolute heartbeat. I know people don't like him because of his connection to the Astros and all that, but that's a guy that's been part of a team that's been in the ALCS every single year since 2017. You want winning mentality? Hey, we forgave Marcus Stroman for his nonsense. We forgave Verdugo for being a Red Sox, even though that was a stupid thing to hate somebody for. If Alex Bregman came here and helped us win a World Series, I don't think anyone would give a damn about a trash can anymore. So that's a player that I would target if he's available. But for now, I think you're looking at a few teams that are completely out of the race. I don't think Crochet is an option. And maybe you see what the Angels have in the bullpen, but it's not a lot. But I would definitely look at, I think they're going to make 2 trades tops, 2 or 3 max. It's not going to be like a bunch of moves like 2022.
Well,
yeah,
Sierra brought up a name on the. I was going to say, Sierra brought up a name on the Pinstripe Chronicles the other day, Michael Kopech. If he's available, would you take a flyer on him?
I would.
So I wanted to give Sierra a shout out for that because that's an interesting name.
He's got good stuff. I think he's struggling a bit this year, but again, if we've learned anything, if a guy's struggling, especially coming from the White Sox, at least a guy they didn't give up on. They didn't give up on Middleton last year. We turned Middleton into a great arm.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can do the same with Kopech. I like upside guys. Tim Hill's not an upside guy to me. That's why I was questioning the move when we made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing about Bregman, I'm not, and I'm over the whole like cheating thing and the trash can thing. Like, all right, whatever happened there. I don't know if I want him though. Honestly, like that's just me personally. I do like the Rengifo one though. I do like the idea of Rengifo just because he is a little bit. He's good. He's a few years younger. Whereas 30 is not old, but. My thing is, I don't know how much of a difference maker Bregman would be for the Yankees. I know he's got the playoff experience. I get all that, but I just don't know. The other thing too is I just don't know if he fits with the team, like if the team chemistry. I also don't know how Garrett Cole and Aaron Judge would respond to that because
exactly.
That's the other thing.
They accepted Josh Donaldson, right? Cole got along with Donaldson, and they supposedly hated each other. So,
well,
I think
they got along, but then there was that one incident with Tim Anderson, and then after that, it was just like the chemistry kind of got ruined.
Shit.
So yeah, it just went to hell. So I just don't know if Cole would want to risk that, honestly, but.
But if it meant winning, helping you win, Bregman's better than what we're putting at third base right now. Like Cabrera is streaky. He's hot, cold, very cold right now. He's struggling defensively. His bat hasn't really been there. DJ is a walking double play. Just even if there's nobody on base, he'll find a way to get you 2 outs. So Bregman's a clear upgrade. Now I don't think that's going to be the case, but if he's available, the Yankees should look for any possible upgrade at that position because they need some pop there. I know we have plenty of power, but if Judge or Soto are not in the lineup or if they're going through a cold stretch, like Soto right now is kind of struggling. it hasn't really killed us, but now it's just kind of a one-man lineup with Judge. We saw the other day when Judge was out, we couldn't hit. He came back. We put up 5 runs. I know we got blown out, but you need those two, but that makes everybody else better. If you put a Bregman in the middle of the lineup instead of having DJ down there, it makes the lineup a lot more balanced and a lot more full.
Yeah, and here's Ken's comment about the Astros.
That's fair, Ken. I understand it. I get why people won't get over it.
And you want to know something? I'm right there with him because integrity for the game is more important than a player's skill. If they have no integrity for the game, then their skill doesn't mean a goddamn thing to me. I don't care if he's an all-star third baseman. I don't care if he's the best hitting third baseman. His lack of integrity throughout that whole process showed who he was. And to me, he's an ass clown.
Yeah, and I'm like looking at his numbers. I mean, he's hitting 247. He's got an OBP of 309, OPS of 710. You know, so I mean, I don't know if you would call that great numbers. I mean, he's had better numbers in the past. I'll say that.
I do, however, like the Rengifo idea, though.
Yeah, and I think he comes with some controllable years too.
I'll look that up.
Yeah.
He's got 1 year after this, so he has one more year of arbitration.
Okay.
Yeah. And he'd be less expensive too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
what did Brian Hoke say? Brad.
Yeah, what did Brian Hoke say? But
let's take a look.
And those, Ken is also saying Rob as a career sailor because he was in the Navy. These are things that ingrain into our DNA. So I get it. I respect that.
Yeah, perfectly fine.
Yeah. And
right.
This was a question that was asked, and Nosebleed Section's asking this question here. He's asking, would you want Urshela back? Personally, I think that ship is set with Urshela. I don't think there's any reason to reunite with him. I liked Urshela, but I don't know.
So here is what Brian Hoke said, or Brian Hoke tweeted. Aaron Boone on the DFA of Gonzalez. It was hard getting him into a good role here. He definitely had some struggles with strike throwing and not putting guys away. It felt like over the long haul, there was something we were going to have to address. End quote.
What's Ferguson's excuse then?
Yeah. What's Ferguson's excuse? Great question. I expected Ferguson to get DFA'd before Gonzalez, but I think a lot of us felt that way. So
yeah,
I don't know, but
Brad, really? You had to go there? He said,
"I want to get
to Antarctica before returning."
I want to get to a few of the things that I always like to get into when it comes to games. So I usually will ask the chat for a few things. So usually I will ask for Rodon's. I'll ask for predictions of whoever the starting pitcher is. So you guys can drop your predictions, folks in the chat. Drop your predictions for Carlos Rodon tonight. How many innings do you think he pitches? How many balls? How many strikes? Does he give up any runs? Drop it in the chat, and if you guys want to make your predictions, go for it, and we can talk about it.
I think he's going to go. I think he'll go 6 innings, 3 runs. He's going to strike out 6, and he'll walk 2.
So Rob's got 6 innings, 3 runs, 3 walks.
Yeah, or 2 walks, 6 strikeouts.
How many strikeouts? 6 or 6?
Yeah, 6.
6. Okay. What about you there, Mr. 4Train?
I got Rodon going 6 innings.
Mm-hmm.
I have him walking 2 as well. I have him striking out 7, but I have him giving up 1 run.
Interesting. Okay. So for me, I got him. I also got him going 6 innings as well. And I'm going to say 6 innings. I'm going to say 2 runs. Then 3 walks. And then I'm going to go 5 strikeouts.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Did
what
I
I'm
give you
saying.
walks and strikeouts?
I'm sorry.
I give you walks and strikeouts, right?
You said 2 walks, 7 strikeouts.
Okay.
So let's
Just making
ask,
sure.
Yeah, you're good. So let's ask the folks in the chat here. So Stephen B, 6 innings, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, 104 pitches. Interesting. He's saying 2 runs. Nosebleed section saying 7 innings pitched, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, 3 runs, 98 pitches.
That'd be great.
Our boy Ken is saying 6 2/3, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 or 2 walks.
2 or 3 runs.
No, he's saying 2 walks, 3 runs.
Got it.
Sunil is saying 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. CT Cards is saying 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, 3 runs. So similar to what I got, except I got 2 runs. But that those are not. None of those are necessarily wrong because we can expect Rodon to give up, 2 or 3 runs. Honestly, if he gives up 1 run, fine. Hey, I'll take that all day. You know what I mean? But that's what we got for. Looks like that's what. 5 2/3. All right, Sunil. But cool. So that usually I'll ask people's pitching predictions, and then I'll go into like the over under for tonight's game. So I'm gonna look up and see what the over under is for tonight's game because I am curious. So there, we'll just check FanDuel. So they're saying the over-under for tonight's game is 7.5.
Yep.
So, and then Chet is saying 8 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs. How many strikeouts? 8? How many walks, Chet?
If he gave us,
he goes 8. That'll be.
If he goes 8, I'll do the Rob Happy dance.
Yeah.
You'll get that on stream tonight. If Rodon goes 8 innings and we win, you'll get a happy dance.
Oh, you better do it. I'll cry myself to sleep if you don't. Just kidding. So folks in the chat. So folks are dropping their score predictions. So the over/under is 7.5. CT Cards is on the over. He's saying 5-3. Stephen B is saying 4-3, so he's on the under. Ken is also saying 5-3. Chad is saying 8 strikeouts. Whew, I'll take that. Sunil,
I'll say
strike 1, Sunil. We're not there yet. We're starting a strike system. That's it. I learned from Hector on that one, by the way. But anyway, 6-3. Sunil is saying 6-3. Chet is saying 8-2. Boy, that would be awesome. 6-5 with a walk-off in the 9th. All right, Nosebleed. I got you. What do you guys got for score predictions?
I got 4-3.
So Mazza says 4-3.
I got 4-3, but the game will be won on a walk-off.
Okay.
That'd be exciting.
That would be awesome.
How many runs did I say Rodon was giving up? 3?
You said he was giving up 3.
Okay. So it means we're going to win 5-4. Somebody in that bullpen's giving up a run.
5-4. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to go. I'm going to say 6-5, just like Nosebleed, but I'm not going to say walk off, but I'm going to say 6-5.
Oh, that's interesting. You see his next comment?
Oh, yeah. He says Rice is going to get his
first homer tonight.
So Ken said he already posted. Yeah, I see you, Ken. You said 5-3. I got you. And Sunil says 6-3 all 6 are on a sale like it's a Black Friday special. Okay. Rob just shakes his head. That's awesome.
That's strike 2. That's got to be strike 2, right?
I'll let you make that.
On our show, he struck out. Like I don't know if you noticed. Yeah, whenever he puts his votes in for the awards, I don't really acknowledge it because I've already said his votes don't count. It's got to be strike 2 for him here, right?
Dude, he's leading YouTubers amongst strikeouts, huh? Or not YouTubers, but subscribers or whatever.
He's the Joey Gallo of YouTube commenters. That's what
Oh man. So the game starts what in about an hour or so?
Half hour.
40 minutes.
Half hour? Okay. Yeah, I know tonight's game is on Apple, which 2 thumbs down on that.
Kick rocks and get bent twice over.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're gonna have to talk about the streaming stuff here on the next episode. There,
absolutely.
We'll get. Rob wants to come on. He can. Rich can come on, because Rich did ask about it. Rich Rivera.
Yeah.
So we'll talk to him. CT cards. Sunil leads YouTube in strikeouts. That is correct. If the young lefty hits a dinger versus Sale, that will be an accomplishment. I would agree with that, Ken. Yeah. And Rob jealous because I stole bases off of him.
Jose Trevino to you? What are we doing? Strike 3. You're out again.
Right, back to the dugout where you belong. But yo, what are you all doing for food tonight? What's everybody snacking on? This is like everybody's like favorite part right here, the favorite topic. We talk about all sorts of food. Some of the food choices people be dropping, man. Let me tell you.
What are you doing, Rob?
We'll be streaming it, Donald and I. So if there's any snacks, they'll be off camera. I'll see what I got in the closet somewhere. Not the closet, the pantry. Cabinet.
Yeah, I was like, wait, D-Rod's closet?
Trust me, it's not D-Rod in the closet.
Yeah, Chet Perone is saying chef salad. Okay. Nosebleed section is pizza.
Pizza.
And then it is Friday, so why not pizza? Meatloaf for CT cards. And Stephen B asked a great question here. He said, Rob, could we have an award named Sunil Award for worst comment of the series?
He'd win it. He'd win it every show, so it would be unfair.
Oh yeah, Brad's all the way out in freaking kangaroo land, so he said coffee way too early to eat. Do you have any ideas? Pizza for Stephen B.
Rob's God, Brad.
Oh boy.
We'll go there. No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, we won't go there. I'm not. No. We're not
doing it.
No.
So what are you doing, NFE?
I don't know yet, man. I don't know yet. We'll see what's it gonna be. And Ken is saying, hold on, ribeye steak, mid rare, baked potatoes, navy bean soup, and baklava.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
I am doing sausage and pepper sandwiches on a roll tonight.
Okay. And Sunil saying I was going to be nice and send Rubinho some Indo-Chinese catfish nuggets I'm having tonight, but he got the platinum sombrero 3 times over. Rob, your response? He just shakes his head.
That's the second time he's brought up these catfish nuggets, and I haven't acknowledged it, but you can send them to Brad if you want.
D-Rod stuck in a closet. Closest dash lady must be having a good time with food. Oh God! All right, we're gonna skip that.
Oh God, Steven, here we go.
And then I'll send you the brother of the kangaroo that I'm sending to Rob NFE. All right, well.
Why is everyone sending me stuff now? Sunil's sending me catfish. Brad's sending me kangaroos. What have I done? What have I done in this life to deserve this?
Auto ejection from the park.
That's Sunil, right?
Sunil, right? Yeah. Deb is having some Outback Steakhouse.
Oh, you see that, Brad? Real Australian, authentic Australian food right there from the Outback Steakhouse.
Oh, that's going to trigger Brad right now. So, Well, yeah, this is what we do for the pregame, Rob. We talk about the series, we talk about the games. Obviously, if for example, with the Orioles series, if there's a second pregame that I'm doing in the second game of the series, we'll talk about yesterday's game, then talk about the lineup, talk about scores, pitching, food. Like we talk about quite a few things, man. We have some fun for the pregame.
It is fun, definitely.
Yeah, it's a good time. So the door is open to you, man. If you're not doing nothing
with the sausage and peppers, I'm going to put a little ranch and barbecue on it as well. So kind of like a barbecue kind of thing. So
Brad had Outback Steakhouse for dinner last night. Is that allowed in Australia?
Yeah, that was very Australian.
That's like someone from Italy going to Pizza Hut or something. That can't be allowed.
Oh God, and an Italian from Italy going to Pizza Hut.
Oh man,
God.
Here we go. And we're off.
Rubino, you really didn't want to find my invite. I'm being nice to you in spite of your vile venom senselessly spewed. And he shakes.
There he goes, talking like a great value movie villain again. I these big words that he keeps trying to, like, he's smarter than everybody. But you're not, Sunil. The jokes, they don't hit.
Oh my God. So Rob and Donald should be doing it. They should be hosting the show together. So
here's the answer to your question, by the way.
Rob, it's allowed. In fact, it's a must. Huh.
I gotta talk to a real Australian then, because I'm starting to think that you're not really Australian, Brad.
Just got the Angel Hernandez treatment. And nosebleed section is saying Olive Garden would be bad for Italians from Italy. Yeah, I mean, I'll admit my family and I, we've been to Olive Garden, but then again, we're not Italian, so But I'd rather go when it comes to Italian food though, I'd rather go mom and pop. And my sister-in-law, I'll tell you what, she does a great job at Italian food. So, and he says he wasn't joking.
Again, great value movie villain. That's something it's not a joke. I don't know what he's talking about.
Rob, are you broadcasting from the first floor with Donald?
As opposed to what, Ken, the second floor?
Yeah. I don't know. There's got to be some sort of joke behind this.
Yeah, is there another joke from that?
Oh, come on, Ken. Bring it. Let's go, Ken. Come on.
It's just all attack Rob at once. Go ahead. It's just like,
yeah, you can attack him back, man. Shoot.
No, I like Ken.
Yeah, Ken's good people.
That was a subtle jab at a couple other people there.
Yeah. No, well, they pick on Ken for other things in this chat. So.
Yeah. No, I got 2 targets. See, there's another one.
Are you sure you're actually from Brooklyn? I'm not so sure.
I mean, I am.
What part of Brooklyn?
Bay Ridge.
Oh, snap. Okay. I used to hang out a lot at Bay Ridge, man, back in the day. Yeah. I still have family in Sheepshead Bay and Marine Park, dude.
No, you bring up Sheepshead Bay to my dad, he'll talk to you for 37 minutes straight, nonstop.
Out of curiosity, is that your father in the profile picture?
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, okay. I was like, there's a resemblance there, and I'm like, I see it.
Well, that's what every New Yorker looks like. Every New York Italian, quote unquote Italian, would look like. So, like, I wonder if you stereotype somebody from up north that has that accent, that's him.
Yeah, I wonder what he would talk to me about Sheepshead Bay about. What was that? His like old stomping grounds or something?
Knowing the 87 stories he probably has, yeah. Most likely.
And then CT Car said, it's on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, and your dad would probably ask me, he's like, hey, are you Italian? I'm like, no, but you're not the first one to think that. A lot of people think, He's got the Blumenburger. Yo, that Blumenburger is fire. I'm not gonna lie.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, Brad says you love to hate him. Well, after yesterday's game with the O's, Donald looked like he wanted to jump on his short post.
Oh, okay. I get you now. Yeah, you look miserable. Poor Donald. I was working through that nonsense, so I couldn't show any real emotion. But
yeah, thank God you were working. We were both interviewing freaking Denny Nagel, so we had a good time.
I saw that. I was able to catch a little bit of that because I was on a break.
Yo, so real quick, I don't want to go too off subject, but Denny Nagel lives in Colorado. So yeah, I was like, whoa, what the heck? And
and his eyes lit up.
Yo, my eyes lit up because I'm like, yo, hold up. You live in Colorado? Where do you live? Like we talked, he's like 40 to 45 minutes away from where I stay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because he lives south of Denver and I live about 20 minutes north of Denver. So we're on kind of like opposite ends. But yeah, that was crazy. And you want to know what else is crazy, Rob? I was at game 1 of the ALCS in 2000 when I was a kid. I was 2 rows behind the Yankees dugout. He pitched against Freddie Garcia. I was at that game.
Oh, Garcia was pitching that long ago. Jesus, I remember when he was a Yankee in like 2011.
Bro, this was when A-Rod was a freaking Mariner, and Nagel actually pitched well in that game. He gave up a 2-run shot in game 1, and the Yankees ended up losing that game 2-0. But still had a good time. I mean, it was cool to see, but it was just crazy that we live in the same state. I'm interviewing him. I saw him when I was a kid. I'm like, what? Come on, really?
That's crazy.
This is like a movie, awesome, man. So paranoia kicked in. I'm like, bro, was this planned? Like, does somebody know my life? Like, is somebody stalking me? Because I got all paranoid. I'm like, who's after me?
It's funny how those things work out.
Bro, I'm serious, man. Like, talk about, yeah. So if we go Southside, I don't jump from the building tonight. Oh, boy. All right, Rob, you're responsible.
Donald's all the way in another country, so whatever he decides to do, he's probably too far in the future for me to stop him anyway.
Yeah, it's not like you could just swim across the ocean fast enough.
Yeah, that ain't happening. I don't think Donald would do that. If he hasn't done it by now, 4 years of knowing him and watching Aaron Hicks for 3 of those 4 years, I don't think he'll jump from losing to the Braves.
Oh,
I hope not.
Yeah, you hope not, but yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see how this game is going to go tonight. It's going to be interesting. I hope the Yankees can bounce back in tonight's game. Let's just see what happens. And I see Brad's joke over there, his comment, I say. But oh my God, you guys, you two, you two need a. We need to put them on in a boxing ring. I think I would laugh the whole time because I'd be like,
why you
talk about Pinky and the Brain, Sunil and Brad. I don't know which one's
take over the world. Yeah, that'd be great. But I am going to
Singer.
What was he saying? NFT. That was funny when one of the guests was laughing about closets. Oh yeah, that was Brandon Puffer. He was reading along the comments, and he saw the closet joke, and he called out D-Rod about it. I'm like, that was awesome. Yeah, that was hilarious. That was hilarious. But I am going to close it out. I know you're going to get ready here, Rob, with Donald, and I do got to get going myself. But folks in the chat, I appreciate you all coming on, and it's always a great conversation here. So I appreciate always the interaction that we all have here. Rob, as always, jumping on. Make sure you guys subscribe to Pinstripe Chronicles podcast. They do good work over there. So let's get their channel up and up, right? Make sure you guys subscribe to Ford Train Express. Any final words from you guys? Anything else you want to say to the chat real quick before we close it out?
Go ahead, Rob.
Ken, CT, I hope to see a lot of you guys in our stream later on tonight. Brad, Sunil, can't say the same about you two. It's all in good fun. I do enjoy the back and forth, trust me. And yeah, it's always good to join you guys because you guys are the best. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
Always good talking baseball.
Yeah.
Hopefully Yankees can, pull a win out tonight, get us back on the right track. Hopefully this team gets itself, back on the winning ways. Go Yankees.
Yeah, no doubt. And yeah, let's go Yankees. Let's hope they can forget about the series, the past 2 series, should I say, with the Red Sox and the Orioles. Hopefully these guys can bounce back in this Brave series. It's not going to be an easy one, but they got to show up and play. So suck it up. Let's make things happen. So make sure, folks, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. Please like this stream, share this channel out with anybody you know. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out if you haven't yet. I would greatly appreciate it. And you all have a wonderful weekend. And I should be doing another pregame tomorrow. So stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. Signing out.